Well, hello everyone. It's a very long overdue podcast, episode 15. I'll just do a super quick intro in case you are new. So welcome to the Dawn Stage channel. The channel it started off as a vlog channel. I'm originally from Manchester, the northwest of England, and now I live in Holland, just outside of Amsterdam. And the vlog channel started, I think it was 2 years ago now, just over, to show our family and friends overseas of, what life was like, what we get up to. And because I'm an avid crafter, the podcast was a newer addition last year, where I can sort of group all the crafty things that I want to waffle about and show everybody in one go. I do sort of interweave a bit of crafting in the vlogs, but the vlogs is mainly, day-to-day life kind of thing. So as you can see, a bit of crochet behind me. I am in my very messy craft room, which is in my home. This is actually doubling up as my home office at the moment because if you're watching from the future, this is dawn of the past. I'm currently still in a COVID pandemic, so not really doing much crafting in this room. Normally I film the podcast from my workshop, which is in my local art centre, which is not even a 10-minute bike ride, a cycle from my house. It's really close by. I live here, so as I said, I'm from Manchester. I live here with my South African partner, Lawrence, and we've got 2 boys, Josh and William. They're 18 and 14. William makes cameo appearances in the vlogs, as does Lawrence. Joshua, not so much. And we've got a couple of fur babies, Jack, who's our Parsons Terrier, and Daxter, who's our really fluffy ginger ninja pussycat. So that's everything I need to tell you. If you want to find me on other social media platforms, you can find me at Dawn's Days on Instagram, which is probably where I'm most active. I also host a really nice craft group, general craft group. It's not a specific genre of craft. Crafty World 1 on Facebook. It's still a very small, very quiet group at the moment, so if you do want to join, please post and share and encourage other people. Everybody seems to be a bit shy on there at the moment, but anyway, it's a slow grower. And I do have very small Etsy shop, although I have recently taken almost everything out of my shop because the postal costs here in Holland have just gone through the roof, and I'm trying to sort of figure things out. So at the moment, the only things that are in the Etsy shop are silver earrings, because amongst the many crafts that I do, one of them is also jewelry making. If you're new and you're not familiar with the vlogs, I'll just explain hopefully quite quickly. I do tend to waffle, so I'm going to try and check myself. The reason that there's quite a big gap in between this and the last podcast is a number of reasons. Firstly, I've got some shoulder injury, commonly known as a frozen shoulder. I can move the shoulder, it's just I'm in a lot of pain and there's certain things I can't do. I'm not going to go on about my shoulder because frankly I'm boring myself now about my shoulder. I'm sick to death of talking about my shoulder. So that's all I'm going to mention about the shoulder, and which is why we've had the big gap. And the other thing which was quite exciting for me is I had an eyelid lift 2 weeks ago now. So that's also why I've been MIA, missing in action. If you're interested in that, I'll try and remember to put a link somewhere on the screen, or if not, I'll try and remember to link as many things as I can below. But as I said, because of the shoulder, I'm not able to use a keyboard. I'm sort of typing with one finger at the moment. And actually, William, my youngest, he edited the video about my eye surgery. So special thanks to Will. So anyway, as a result, I've not really had I've not been able to craft a lot, but because there's such a gap, it's a lapse in the last podcast, I thought, well, I can show you some things that I did, in between sort of then and now, and maybe talk about some plans, I think. So I've tried to make some notes. I don't know if I'm going to stick to it. The first thing, so I like to do a lot of the sort of fancy editing on the vlogs, you know, plinky plonk music, fading in, zooming out, special effects and stuff. But the podcast, it's just, you know, a plain old waffle. So you won't see any sort of flashing text and stuff unless, you know, I really feel I need an extra explanation in there. So I haven't got a format of finished objects and whips and all the rest of it. I'm just gonna waffle basically, which is what I'm quite good at, waffling, sometimes to myself, sometimes to the dog, and sometimes to the cat. I'm looking around now. Oh, there's my notes. I can't even see what's in front of me. Okay, I'll quickly talk about crochet. I did mention this, I think, on the last podcast. I know I've definitely mentioned it on my Instagram account. So I've run a couple of make-alongs, some on my own and some with my lovely friend Jeanette, who's Crafty Clegg Creations. But I've never actually joined in a crochet along. I've never done it. I've seen loads and I've thought, you know, I'll fancy doing that. But this one crochet along really you know, sort of piqued my interest, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. There was a yarn pack that you could buy for the crochet along, and by the time, you know, I'd got my act together, it had sold out. But the lady who is running the account is Eleanor. I forgot Eleanor's last name now. She is Coastal Crochet. She did list all the brand and then all the colors and the color codes of all the yarns she did. So I went online and it's all Stylecraft Special DK. So anyway, because of this shoulder issue, I'm quite behind with the blanket, but I can show you how far I have got, because as Eleanor says herself, it's not a competition. You know, if it takes me a year to finish it, so be it. It's just annoying because I was really enjoying doing the crochet along. It's an 8-week pattern, and you know, I think they're on week 3 already, and I'm sort of only beginning on week 2. But I can quickly show you. The first week was quite intensive because it was like Tunisian crochet, and yeah, you know, I would say I'm actually a really experienced crocheter. You know, I've been doing it for many years, and there's not many things in crochet world that I couldn't turn my hand to. I did actually find that quite heavy going, but the good thing is Eleanor, she does either on her blog, her website, or on YouTube, or both, tutorials which are so good and super clear. So even if you don't want to do the blanket, the effects like these bobble stitches, these all kinds of stuff, if you want to have a go at that, I really recommend checking her out. I've got to be careful because I've got 3 yarns on the go. How am I going to do this? So let me think, because normally when I'm at the workshop, I've got this huge table in front of me, my like my workbench. Try and rest this. Ooh, I'm gonna drop yarn. I know this is gonna happen. Anyway, try not to unravel things. So week 1, if I can hold this up, I hope you're getting a good shot of this. I'm so sorry. It's really, I'm not very professional, am I? But I've never claimed to be. If you're here for a professional podcast, it ain't the channel for you. The middle section, so up to the white border and the gingham, that was week 1, which, and this is the Tunisian entrelock, is it called? I forget the name of it now. This was I've done Tunisian crochet before, but I have the Tunisian hooks or dropped yarn. But this you can do because they're actually small squares. They're done individually, and then you join as you go. You can do it on a normal crochet hook, which I think is great. So you don't have to invest in any new equipment if you know Tunisian crochet is not for you. The only thing I will say with this is the ends. There was loads and loads of ends, and I was pat on the back. I actually wove my ends in as I went, I didn't weave the other end in though. I can show you the back. So that's what the back of it looks like. It's not very neat, I must admit. You're probably all looking at that thinking, what a dog's dinner. But anyway, I might actually put some kind of like a fleece backing on it. I don't know, we'll see. So it's called, did I mention it? It's called Picnic on the Beach. So this is, you know, the gingham tablecloth. These like these little yellow bubbles, berries. This is like the basket stitch, and now I'm on for the waves, which you can see. Now I messed up. I've tried, so week one I sort of pushed through when I had the shoulder pain started, and then I just had to stop. And then I've done the waves for an experienced crocheter. I would have knocked this out in a couple of evenings, no problem. But I've done like, don't know, not every night even, like every couple of evenings for the last week. I've done like 15 minutes with like cushions propped up around me, and my concentration is a mess. So I'm actually 4 stitches light on this, which, if you know anything about crochet, unlike knitting, it's really forgiving, and you can sort of, it's a professional term, it's called fudging. I can fudge it later on. So I thought, you know what, it doesn't matter. I've managed to match the waves, you know, so the big stitches with the little stitches, so it's fine. I'm not too worried about that. I don't know when I'll get round to doing a bit more on it. I did say I wouldn't go on about my shoulder, but I had a cortisone injection in it yesterday, so I'm hoping with physio, I'm hoping over the next you know, week or so I can start doing stuff again. Anyway, so in terms of crochet, that's pretty much all I've done. Oh, sorry, my tummy's rumbling. I am going to mention something. In the last podcast, I did show you a fox, an amigurumi fox that I was doing from the Animal Friends of Pika Pal. I don't know if it was the first or second book. I did not finish that fox, and I'm going to be totally honest with you. I can't see when I'm ever going to get round to finishing it. I don't know what it is. I like amigurumi, you know, I've made quite a lot, especially over the last 12 months, and I don't know what it is. I feel terrible saying this, and I'm hoping that, you know, it's just a sort of phase I'm going through. I've really gone off the Pika Pal books. I don't know what it is. Almost everything I've made, there's been a mistake in it, and it's, you know, it's to the point where it's put me off making things. So if I had any concentration, I could sit and work it out, you know, but I'm just at the point where it's like, these books are quite expensive. I can't be bothered figuring it out. I shouldn't have to, really. So yeah, I've just shoved that in a bag and left it. So you know, I'm sorry, it is quite a blunt thing to say, but yeah, that's how I feel. Anyway, it doesn't mean to say I don't love the other Pika Pal critters that I did finish. I adore them. When they're finished, they're beautiful. But I don't know, I'm sure there's other patterns out there that are just less work to figure out. So anyway, we'll see. I did do one little thing, crochet, because in between the last podcast and this podcast, it was Valentine's Day, and I had this nice yarn. I don't even know, I haven't even got any of it left anymore. Don't know. It was one of these scrappy project things. I thought, oh, I'll do a couple of hearts for no special reason other than it was Valentine's. So I did that single crochet, and then I thought, oh, I'll have a go at making a knitted heart, which actually I prefer the knitted heart to that. So they're just sat in my cupboard at the moment on my creepy doll, my creepy antique doll that nobody likes and I adore, called Simon. Anyway, everybody thinks that Simon's going to wake up in the night and murder us all in our bed. He's that creepy, but I adore him. Okay, keeping on the heart theme. Oh yeah, I forget the lady's name now. This is really bad, and my notes are terrible. and I can't guarantee the notes below are going to be much better. But anyway, you can actually go back to the last podcast, because I do mention this. I'm following this year of dishcloths on Instagram, which is like a knit along, a Cal with a K, K-A-L. And this was the February one, which, as you can see, it's these super cute little love hearts. They're quite small. I don't know if I'm not a big swatcher, to be honest with you. I've just done this in Alize cotton. Forget the name of it now. I haven't got the ball band. I would liken it. It's very much like the Scapia's Katona, you know, the same kind of weight. And you know, I used the hook, the needles that were mentioned in the pattern, so they're quite small. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. The first one I did something with icicles. The January one, I've actually put it in my doll's house as a little blanket on the bed, which is super cute. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I might stitch them together and make like a little lap blanket. I'm just really enjoying them. The March one has come out, which I'm unable to do at the moment, and let me think, I think it's called Double Dutch. So when I saw the name of it, it really made me laugh because I live in Holland. So anyway, I did finish that. Oh yeah, in the last podcast I've shown you, here it is, I did complete, so I was doing a vanilla sock with the, what do they call it, heel flap and gusset, which is, this is my favourite, in this Regia design line, the Arne and Carlos range. I think this is called Summer Nights. So I had finished this sock, and I did manage to make a start on the second. So as you can see, I sort of got as far as the cuff. I love these yarns, you know, these self-patterning ones. I think they look so effective, but you know, there's no work in them. You'd have to figure things out and weaving in ends, and as you can see, I didn't even do a contrasting toe or heel cuff, nothing. I thought let's just use all the yarn and let the pattern speak for itself. So I don't know when I'll get around to finishing this, but as you can see, I do the magic loop method, and these are Knit Pro Zings, and I think these are 3.5. I thought, no, I'm lying, 2.5. Yeah, it's a 2.5. Sorry, Lawrence just popped in. He's wiring some lighting in the dollhouse. I don't know when he's going to finish that, and he needed some long nose pliers. Apparently he gave them to me, and if he did, then it's with all my jewelry making supplies which are at the workshop. So anyway, I have to figure that out. Anyway, waffle. Yeah, this yarn, I did mention it, that I had another ball. Don't know if it was in one of the podcasts, and since I'm at the house in the craft room, I can show you. This one's called Garden. Doesn't say the name of it, but I did write it down on the if you can see that, that's the colour lot. I wrote it down from the website. That's what the band looks like, and then this is what the, oh, I hope that, yeah, that's what the pattern's going to look like. So I think when I'm finished with this, I'll cast these on. So as I said, this is a vanilla sock, and then I do the 2.5mm Knit Pro Zing circulars, and I'm my foot size, and I've got fat ankles, I've got cankles, I'm not gonna lie, it runs in the family, unfortunately. I cast on 64 stitches, and my foot size is a European 38/39 or a British 5 to 6, depending on where I'm shopping. So I do 64 stitches, and when I do the vanilla, I don't really, I haven't got a written pattern or anything. I've just sort of cobbled together different YouTube videos. If you want to have a go yourself, I do a 2x2 rib for 20 rows, and then I do 50 rows to the cuff, and then the heel flap and gusset, that's I learnt that from Meanwhile at the Castle YouTube. channel, and then I do another 50 rows to the toe, and then the toe is actually from Crazy Sock Lady. It's just a simple SSK knit 2 together decrease. So if you're interested in that, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a year to learn how to knit socks, so I make it seem like, oh, it's really easy if you want to do socks. I found socks like doing a Rubik's Cube. I didn't understand them and they baffled me like you can't believe. Anyway, I've mastered them now. Talking of socks, I think I just cast on a pair of socks. I'm pretty sure I had. These are this is a pattern. Oh, I've got the pattern here. Don't know why I'm thinking. Don't even know why I'm thinking about this. Or do I have the pattern? Oh, my patterns are in such a mess. No, this is Ellie from Craft House Magic, the Cupid Arrow Advent Wrap pattern. Well, anyway, I have a different pattern in my bag. I've got it somewhere. These are, the pattern I'm following is Lindsay Tranter from Stitch Create Love. It's her Flight of the Bumblebee socks, and I think I just cast the cuff on, which the cuff, again, no ball band. I'm sorry, I lose the ball bands. I'm such a terrible podcaster. This is Lambie's sock yarn. Don't know the colour. It's like this shocking pink. And then the body of the sock is my own hand dyed yarn, which I've balled up. I'm almost finished with the body of the sock. I don't know if you can see this on camera, how well you're going to pick it up. See if I can point it to the light. This little pattern here is they're like little bumblebees. It's the Flight of the Bumblebees. So there is a left and a right for the sock. And Lindsay's pattern, you can do toe up or cuff down. I can't do the toe up method. I don't know why. So I think I'm almost ready. I think that's long enough for the ankle. I'm almost ready for the heel. But Lindsay's pattern is a German short row heel, which I've never done before, and I was thinking I'm just going to do the heel flap and gusset because that's what I like. And I thought, no, do you know what, I'm going to have a go at the German short row because, you know, it's all, Lindsay's got a cracking pattern. It's very thorough, but she also does a YouTube tutorial on exactly how to do it. So when I can knit again, I'm not able to knit anything at the moment, I'm gonna actually try the German short row heel, because I do hear from knitters that they find it easier to do than the heel flap and gusset. So I'm all for easier. What else I'm looking at is oh yeah, mittens. Oh, I'm so annoyed about this. I'd literally almost finished these, and then my shoulder just completely packed up. I think last year now, my lovely friend Nikki treated me. I don't know why, but she decided to treat me. I was really super chuffed. If you're watching, Nikki, thank you. She treated me to this pattern. It's called Light Snow Angels, this mitten. And I actually forget the designer's name, but she's Artie Sanitarium Designs, and I forget her name. That's terrible, because I've actually been messaging quite a lot with her. So I'll tell you the story about these mittens. I don't know if Karen has mentioned it on her podcast from Stitches and Jacks. Karen's also a friend of mine. When Nikki had bought me the pattern, Karen said, oh, I fancy making them, should we do them together? And then I hummed and hawed and dragged my heels, and then, sorry, that's Lawrence drilling the dollhouse. Oh, eek, I want to go down there and see what he's doing. Let it go. Yeah, so anyway, I think I started doing the pattern before Karen, and then I thought there was something wrong with my printer because I was missing rows. And then when eventually when caught up with Karen, she said, No, she had the same thing. She was missing rows. So anyway, I contacted the designer and I said, I'm just letting you know, your pattern is great, but there's something in the settings of the PDF, it's missing rows, which would be a shame, because if it's somebody who's not really sort of computer savvy, you know, you might assume it's the pattern unfairly. And what she did, well, first she said thank you. So I know I've just complained about the Pika Pow books, but but this designer is a smaller one and way more accessible, and actually yeah, you know, I'm not even sure how good the lady who does the Pika Pow books, her English, I think she's from Argentina or Peru. Anyway, forget it, I'm waffling. Sorry, now that's the ice cream man. I'm so sorry about this. When I'm at the workshop, there's usually planes going off. And now I'm at home, these people drilling doll houses and ice cream vans. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, rather than say to you guys, no, there's something wrong with the pattern, which there wasn't, I contacted her and she had a look and she said, yeah, it's something in the PDF. She's now corrected it, and anybody who's bought this pattern since would have had an email from her with the new corrected version. And I thought that was amazing, because it's beautiful. I mean, I don't know, you can't see so well on here because it's a white yarn, but I'm not gonna lie, this is definitely not for a beginner. But I thought, you know what, Nikki had bought, I would never have bought this myself, because I just would have thought like, oh, this is way too advanced for me. But because Nikki had bought it, and I thought, I'm just gonna have a go. So anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is, ta-da! I did finish one of the mittens, and it's not been blocked or anything, it's acrylic, so I don't even think I'll bother. But you can see there's the angel pattern. Never ever done a mitten in my life, and there were so many sort of techniques in here, you know, bubble stitches and all the rest of it. But I challenged myself, and I'm so tough with them, because come the following winter I'm gonna love these. Have got two. The only problem is I haven't got a thumb. So this is like an, I don't know, is it called like an afterthought thumb? So what I did, I'm not giving too much away, it is a paid for pattern, but I can tell you that because a lot of the Scandinavian, or yeah, like the Norwegian mittens tend to use this method. So I basically I stitched some scrap yarn, and then what I did is I picked up stitches above and below the scrap yarn, and then cut the scrap yarn loose, so then it's like a hole. And then again with the magic loop, you just knit round however many stitches the pattern calls for. So I was just so disappointed that you know, I'd almost finished them. They're not identical. I'm sure if you're an expert knitter, you're probably horrified by, you know, the quality of my knitting, but I don't care, because I absolutely adore them. This is cheap as chips acrylic yarn that I'd got from a budget store in Holland. Oh, last summer maybe, I think, from a shop called Regia. So if you're in Holland, this was from Regia. They did a couple of shades of it, and I'm kicking myself I didn't pick more up now, but it's acrylic, but it's got like this sort of halo, this mohair effect, and super warm. Anyway, almost done with them, so as soon as I can I'll finish them. Really, I'm so proud of myself that I managed to do it. And then what I want to do, oh, I've got the ball band here, I can tell you. So if you're in Holland, this is what it looks like in a ball. It's called Sarah. See, not even €2. 100% acrylic and all washable. It's so soft, and it was a pleasure to knit with. What I want to do is make like a matching hat. I think I might have mentioned this. This is, I want to do this Snow Kisses hat. This is Christine from Sweet Lavender Knits. and I thought those little cute little kisses on them, I thought that would look nice, you know, with the hat. So anyway, that's in one of my project bags. It's a Dawn's Day bag that are no longer in the Etsy shop because I can't afford the postage. So that's a future thing I'm going to work on. I think that's everything with knitting. I haven't got anything else to show you. No, I haven't. Trying to think. No, I haven't. What I did do earlier is I did film some footage of the dollhouse because I did not finish but do the bare bones of the dollhouse study. And I know many of you watch the podcast like an update on, you know, the dollhouse. This is something that Florence bought for me before COVID, and it was an ancient, you know, beaten up old dollhouse that was always intended to be a very slow project, a fixer upper. So what the tactic I've got is I do the sort of bare bones of a room and then I move on, and then the final stage of the dollhouse will be, you know, to fill it up with, you know, trinkets. So you see, when you look in these doll houses and you don't know where to look first because it's just jam-packed with little things. So I'm actually waiting for the shops to open. There's a couple of dolls house fairs that I really want to go to, so I'll insert some footage of that. What I will say is, because of the shoulder, I found it really, really difficult to do. So Lawrence, bless him, helped me decorate the dollhouse, and in the broad light of day, this should have been a few hours work, and it's taken me, you know, the best part of a month to do it, and which is fine. I couldn't manage longer than 10 minutes, but I just needed something. I needed something for my mental health because I wasn't able to craft, you know, with the shoulder and everything. And it was my physio who actually, because I, well, just to sort of interject the crafty stuff, I went for treatment one day. She's doing physio, like manual therapy, realignment and dry needling. And I went one day and I was just in floods of tears, you know. I was just, you know, snot on everything. And she was like, what's wrong? And it was because I was exhausted. I was not sleeping, and B, I've not been able to work properly. I'm starting to work doing video calls, but also crafting. I just felt, you know, like my world had become so small. And she was the one who said, even if it's just 10 minutes a day, try and do something. And I thought, you know what, she's right. So anyway, Lawrence got roped into helping me. So the dollhouse, just in case you're interested, I made from cereal packet like fake wooden paneling around the bottom half of the room, and I painted that with acrylic paint. Don't know if you can see it so well on the camera. I don't know what the footage is like. It's no lighting there at the moment, maybe later there will be. And then the top half I did it with scrapbook paper that I had in my stock, and I had to make a feature wall, which is a happy accident because I just didn't have enough paper. And then the flooring, I've actually stuck this really fine velvet that I've covered a bench in my lounge with. I had some scraps left. I thought I had some behind me. I haven't. No. No, I thought I had a piece here. I've cut it. Oh yeah, I do. I have a scrap. This really fine velvet. It's beautiful. So I had quite a bit left of that. So I glued with tacky glue and made a template. Well, Lawrence made a template for the floor, and then I glued the velvet down so it's carpeted. And then everything that's in there furniture wise, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, it's all second-hand furniture. I've not bought anything new. I bought a bureau and a bookshelf and a mirror from a lovely lady who's actually based in Holland, Jade. I think she's Mr. Monocle's Miniatures on Instagram, and she sells secondhand doll's house furniture and accessories. Some of them she sort of does them up, you know, she shabby chics them, or she'll sell them in their, you know, their raw state. So, and I wanted like this gentleman study vibe, you know, with the dark furniture and the dark wood and the dark carpet. So I haven't done anything with them, and I think yeah, Jade gave me some little books, and then because I think I've shown the miniatures on the last podcast, and Jade watched, and because she really enjoyed it, and she you know, she said, oh, you didn't have to shout me out like that, but I was more than happy to. She gifted me, if you look on top of the bookcase, a little tiny ship. It's beautiful. So anyway, if you look closely, you can see glue on the wall, the seams. It's not my finest work, but I'm not too worried, because eventually all the walls are going to be covered in masterpieces. I want to cram it with interesting artifacts. I'm looking at these glass domes. I want to, you know, put like little miniature shells and butterflies and, you know, skulls, and maybe like fake taxidermy things, and I want to just jam it packed with things. So I thought, you know, in the grand scheme of things, when it's finally finished, you won't see all that, but so far I'm really thrilled with it. The rest of the furniture I already had. It's like a little swivel captain's chair. I already had that when I first bought the Dollhouse. And then recently, from a Facebook book, a lady was selling some secondhand stuff, so I bought these two like leather you know, gentleman lounge chairs, a little table, and a little sort of weenie drinks cabinet, and I've got some glass bottles on. Anyway, I'll stick in a clip of that and hope the lighting's okay. And as I said, Lawrence is hanging lighting in the kitchen and the lounge, I thought. And I haven't bought lighting for the rest of it. I need to do all that. Anyway, that's as far as I've got with the Dollhouse. So I hope you enjoyed that. Talking of doll houses, I can show you. I didn't want to mention it before because obviously it was not my secret to share, but I can talk a little bit about sewing, because I've got this book. I bought this myself, and I think I've got 3 in this series. If you're interested in Dollhouse or even miniatures, these are do-it-yourself Dollhouse books. I bought this, I think I bought this second hand off Amazon, but you can buy them new. And they're so handy. They're really, I've got the carpet, I've got the curtains, and I think I've got an accessories one. And I actually, I knew when Jeanette was getting her doll's house, which I did know about, I sent her a copy of this as a surprise. I don't know if she'll make anything from it, but you know, it's just, even for inspiration, it's nice. So I think I've shared this maybe, but I started a rug and I'm almost finished with it. But I think I've gone, because it's so tiny and, you know, my eyesight's rubbish. I need one of these magnifying things. It's gone a bit sort of skew with, so I think I'm going to block it. But I've made this little rug, and then you can see I'm busy with the tassels at the moment. When I've finished all the loops, I'll snip them, you know, so that they're not loops, that they're actual tassels. I think this is for the bedroom. I absolutely love this. It's so cute. And it's on Ada. I can't remember what count I used, but it's not cross stitch. It's like a tent stitch. So it's quite heavy on the eyes, but still I'm thrilled with that. And then as you can see, I'm now doing a slightly bigger rug. I thought this was going to be for the study, but it might be for the dining room, or I might not do anything with it, you know, you don't know. But I can show you the bear with me. I can show you the, so I've got all things. I'm going to drop stuff out of the book, hold on. This is this is the rug that I'm making at the moment. As you can see, it's quite big, and I've only done the border, and yeah, I've come to a bit of a standstill on that. But yeah, I mean, even if it takes me a year, I'm not that fussed, you know, it's fine. But I'll show you some of the pictures in it, you know, these like stair runners and little rugs. And see if I can find, oh yeah, this is the, so the rug I made. I think this is good. I'll show you this because then you can see how I've adapted the pattern. I have to be careful because it's paid for, so I don't want to show you the chart, otherwise I'll get into trouble. Not that the book people are watching my podcast, but you never know. In years to come, it's just so you can see. So that's the rug that's in the book, and then that's my interpretation of it. So, you know, you don't have to go with what they say. I mean, that in itself is beautiful, but because I wanted mine for the bedroom, you know, with all the pinks and greens. So really, really enjoying this book. Even if you don't want a doll's house or you haven't got the room, because let's be clear, you know, they do take up a lot of room. What's quite popular in the dollhouse community is like little room boxes. So people just have like one box and they'll decorate it in a theme, like a Christmas box. There'll be like a little old-fashioned fireplace and a tree, and then they'll just bring it out at Christmas with lights in it, or like a garden box. And then the other thing, which is really, really popular at the moment, is these, they're called book nooks. And you can make them out of cereal packet boxes. And they're like these really narrow sort of little houses or streets or alleyways or landscapes, fantasy, that are designed to sit on your bookshelf. So it's one of those things that, you know, you just sort of blink and you miss it, catches your eye, just a feature. So if you're interested in miniature stuff, have a look. YouTube's great, there's loads of really interesting tutorials. How am I doing for time? I am waffling quite a bit. Let's see. Well, incoming, it's not really incoming. It was Mother's Day in the UK. I think it was last week. The Dutch Mother's Day is May 9th, I thought, something like that. We have a different day. And my mum's birthday was in February, so I thought, well, I won't send flowers. What could I send? So my mum has got back into knitting. She's always been able to knit, but she's got back into it again. And she wanted to make like a tank top or a vest, and she had something in mind and she couldn't find the yarn. So I'd already, I think for her birthday, I'd sent her the yarn. It's like a black sort of sparkle, and which she got, she really liked. And then she was struggling. It was an old pattern. I think they're called Wendy patterns. Maybe the Brits will know that. And there was some of the abbreviations or stitches in the pattern, and she asked me, she said, what do you think these meant? And she took a photo of it, and I was like, I don't know. And then I asked some of the knitty friends, and you know, they said, oh yeah, well, you do this, you do that. I said, you know what, Mum, it's just, it was putting her off making it. So for Mother's Day, I actually found a really nice book. I haven't got it, but I researched it and I ordered it for my mum for Mother's Day, and it's called Knitting from the North, and it's a collection of contemporary patterns. So I think there's sweaters, hats, scarves, and maybe mittens. So it's like the basis of you know, the staple knitted garments kind of thing. Anyway, I ordered it. It was a surprise. I figured, well, there'll be a vest in there, or at least a sweater she can amend, you know, just not do the sleeves on. And I had it and she said, oh, it's really good. So I might be tempted to get myself one of them. I'll wait until I can go to the UK again and have a nosy through my mum. So that was like an incoming, but not for me. But I have had a treat today. I'm going to show you this. So Jeanette and I, you know, occasionally we've done like little box swaps, or we did an advent swap. You know, we do swaps now and again, send each other little knickknacks and stuff. And she'd asked me a while ago, she said, oh, we've not done it for a while, should we do a swap? And we'd sort of given a, you know, an idea of the kind of things that we'd like. So Jeanette's given me some things on her wish list. One of them involves me sewing something which I can't do at the moment. So I said to Jeanette, I feel terrible, but I've not put your box together. Jeanette's super chill with that stuff. But today Jeanette's arrived, so I've already opened it, of course. I dived straight in. Jeanette makes beautiful project bags. This is hilarious. I'm actually going to show you. So my socks are in a bag from Jeanette. My bumblebee socks are in a bag from Jeanette, Christmas bag. I love this bag, so funny. My mittens are in a bag from Jeanette. You're getting the general idea of things here. Quite like Jeanette's bag. Oh, and I've been using this for the EPP. I've got I can show you, not that there's many in there. I've got all like little hexagon shapes in there, template from Jeanette. I think you're getting an idea here. So anyway, I'm talking about EPP. I haven't got it here. I recently got into English paper piecing. I've been resisting for I don't know how long, but Emma Jones from the Vintage Sewing Box, she put out a free pattern for a needle book, you know, a little padded one. I thought, I fancy having a go at that. I made it and absolutely loved it. I thought, oh, I'd love to make a quilt for the doll's house. Anyway, I was talking to Jeanette because Jeanette loves EPP and Jeanette's a great sew, full stop. So anyway, we had this swap. So mine arrived today, and Jeanette did a range of like these woodland creatures, and so she sent me a large fox bag because it's for like a sweater size. So I was absolutely thrilled, as you can imagine, when I got it, because Jeanette's just such an amazing sewer. But no, it didn't stop there, because I don't know, I'm going to do this. Maybe I'll empty it out. She also sent me, which I've been admiring these for so long. I'm going to empty it. She sent me one of her plastic pouches, got a zipper on it, and it's got this I'll put my glasses on. It's got like a clear pocket for holding all the EPP stuff. Then what do you think was in there? A whole load of stuff. So she sent me all these Ashmead Designs, a little leaflet of all the pre-cut hexes, 3 different sizes. Oh, that's dollhouse size. And I find these really difficult to get hold of in Holland. And plus the shops are closed at the moment, so I was like, but no, there's more. She also sent me one of these Sewline glue pens, which I've had my eye on for ages, because when I made the sewing case, I don't even remember what glue I used. I think I used decoupage glue. I almost used Pritt Stick. So I was like, I've got my own sew line pen. And super cute, a little glass vial of needles. And this, I'm not going to open it all because there's like loads of them. All these packets of like little fabric scraps for doing EPP. I mean, they're just gorgeous. I mean, that's proper cute. That, look at that one little mice on it. Some of the fabrics I actually recognise from Jeanette's. I think this is I think this might be one of Jeanette's treasures, actually. Jeanette's got a couple of fabrics that are her treasures. Just love it. Absolutely love it. And funny enough, I've been chatting online. We've been up in the morning this morning about, you know, all kinds of stuff going on. And then not an hour later it arrived. So I was like, do you know, I'm so spoiled. I mean, I must admit, I have been so lucky with my friends. I've got friends who have, you know, I've been friends with for over 40 years, you know, and they'll always be my friends forever. But then I've got friends, you know, who have made, you know, like 30 years ago, 20 years ago, even, you know, just a year ago. And I've just been so lucky with like just really good, kind people around me. I'm so fortunate, really. But anyway, if you're watching Jeanette, oh my God, I absolutely love it. So I was like, oh, I'm going to be doing EPP this weekend for sure, because I can't do knitting. But this, did they call it slow stitching? That seems to be the word for it now. This is, doing EPP stuff on the sofa is just like, when I did the little sewn book, I enjoyed it so much. Actually, Emma's just put out a pattern, a free pattern for a scissor case. And I saw it and I thought, oh, I'd like to make that as well. So really, really happy with that. I'm so lucky. Anyway, I think that's all I've got to tell you about, really. I don't know when there'll be another podcast. I'm trying to get back into vlogging again. But you know, after not sort of picking up the camera and waffling lately, it's yeah, I'm a bit rusty at it. But I thought, you know what, it's Saturday afternoon here, we're not doing anything, and I thought I'll just come upstairs and just waffle. And I've surprised myself at how much I did actually have to share with you. So I'm hoping next time a podcast, at least I'll have got a bit further on the coastal crochet, the picnic on the beach blanket. Hopefully I've managed a German short row heel. That would be nice. And I'm hoping to have started my hat, but we'll see. I didn't show you I've been doing the J sweater by Rachel Brockman. It's like a colourwork sweater. I haven't what do they call it, split for the sleeves yet, because I've not been able to do anything on it. So I figured I'm not going to bring that upstairs and show you. And then the other thing, I've not done anything with my spinning wheel for obvious reasons. I was toying with the idea. So I've got these two big, like really big bags of fleece, sheep's fleece. Some of it is white, and then the other one is like black brown shades. And I did, before the last lockdown, I think it was, I actually went to a lovely Dutch lady, Kitty, who does amongst other things spinning workshops, and I took my spinning wheel. I have a Luette. I took it to her, and she taught me to spin, and absolutely loved it. And I really, really wanted to start, you know, doing more spinning. But what I've noticed is the carding. I have two carding combs. Carding my own fleece is really heavy going, but she has I thought it was an electric carding, but it's like a crank one, a wind up one. carding machine, and you can rent it. I think it's like 20-25 euro for a week. So I was thinking, actually, when my shoulder's better, I might rent the carder from her and really comb the fleece through nice and smoothly, because I think that's what I'm having. I'm getting a lot of, what do they call them, neps in my yarn when I'm spinning, but it's because I'm not able to, which it looks nice, but I really want to, I've not spun with, like, you know, really nicely carded yarn, and I don't want to buy I don't want to buy wool yet, because I've got these 2 big bags of fleece. So anyway, I am starting to waffle now. We'll see. Anyway, hopefully this is fixed and I can start doing more things, and I hope you're all well and safe. Let me know what you've been working on, and if you've got any questions or any suggestions or tips, recommendations, love to hear from you, not just about my shoulder but in crafting in general. And if you've got any, if you want to recommend any sites or, you know, companies, online shops or techniques, anything really, you know, let me know. I haven't got to spread the love this podcast, because I haven't really been watching a lot of YouTube, if I'm going to be frank with you. I've watched a couple of my friends, but for the rest, I've just not, the concentration's not been great. So I haven't really got any new podcasters to recommend. And even some of them have been doing I don't know what they call it, Marchmas, where they vlog every day in March. I've not even watched all them. I know Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful, she was doing it, but I think she was doing it on her family channel, This Wonderful Life, I think. I've watched a few, and Paula, Stitched by Mrs. D, she was doing daily vlogs, and again, I've watched a few, but yeah, I mean, my YouTube viewing's just been terrible. I have been watching Netflix with Lawrence. Oh, do you know what we did do? Sorry, just before I'm going to waffle a bit. We actually binged watch Game of Thrones from start to finish over the last 3 or 4 weeks. Oh my gosh, I loved it so much. And, you know, watching it all sort of back to back to back in one go, you know, over a short space of time, there was like so many sort of twists and, you know, and turns of the plots that we'd forgotten about, or we was like, oh, that made sense. I tell you, if you're a Game of Thrones fan and you've not done that, I would really recommend that you do that. It was amazing to watch it. The other thing we're watching on Netflix is, there's 2 things. One of them is we binge watched this, and we thought the series had finished, full stop. The Blacklist. I absolutely love that show. That's James Spader. If you watched, oh, he was in a sci-fi movie years and years ago. Me and my sister Estelle loved it. And when he was younger, he was quite cute. He's not aged well. But anyway, a new season has come, so Lawrence and I have been watching that. But the other thing that I would absolutely love you to watch, I'm hoping I'm going to get the name right. It's a documentary on Netflix. So if you've got Netflix, and I think it's called either The Octopus Teacher or My Octopus Teacher. If you want to watch beautiful footage, it's like watching a David Attenborough, you know, nature program. The cinematography is absolutely beautiful, and it's a story about a free diver and an octopus, and I really, really recommend you watch that. It's such a lovely documentary, and it was filmed in South Africa, so that's why you know, it had particular interest for us, because Lawrence being South Africa. But my gosh, you know, it really it had a massive impact on us. We were, oh, I've got goosebumps now thinking about it. Watch it, it's beautiful. Okay, I'm looking at my list. I think I've said everything I needed to. Yeah, I haven't got anything else. Oh, I did. There was one thing. Oh, these make-alongs going on and they've clean gone out of my head. There's one thing I will mention is, so today in the Northern Hemisphere, it's spring equinox today. So I'm going to get, you know, longer days. Looking forward to that. And Lisa from Lisa's Pine Notes, I think she's done it every year, so maybe the last 4 years or something now. She's doing a crochet along for a virus shawl that started today. It's a free pattern, so I'll try and remember to put a link in, and if I don't, as I said, I can't type very well at the moment. I'm doing this one finger thing, but if not, go and check out Lisa Pine Notes YouTube channel or Instagram, and you can find out about the virus shawl. I would love to do it, but you know, I have to wait till I can crochet properly again. Okay, I think I've waffled enough now. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you're all well and safe. And don't forget, if you did like today's podcast, hit the like button, and be great if you subscribe. I think the eye surgery video put some people off because we lost quite a few subscribers, but c'est la vie, you know. It wasn't a surprise. I did mention several times that I would be doing a video about that. I realise it's not everybody's cup of tea. Yeah, and if you want to share with your friends and let them know if they want to, you know, crafty podcast waffling or just day-to-day, you know, life of what's been going on in Holland, tune in. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next vlog, I think. Bye for now.